The Tesla Model Y launched in March of 2020, and since it's been out for about 9 months now, there have been some updates. But what's really exciting is looking into 2021 and everything that is coming to the Tesla Model Y. If you're new to the channel or you've stopped by from time to time and you haven't already, of course we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, as we continue to post updates there as well. I will be embarking on an epic journey all the way to Key West, and I will be living in the car for this trip. And along the way, as I stop at superchargers, I'm gonna be giving away accessories for Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y. So if you see me at the supercharger, make sure you catch my attention. You might just find yourself the lucky recipient of a Tesla accessory. Of course, this year we've seen a number of updates. Certainly quality has improved throughout the year, but there's also been some substantial updates that we've seen come across. Most recently, we've seen that now the front windows on the Tesla Model Y, of course, are laminated, which helps with soundproofing. We've also seen the USB drive has been moved to the glove box, which helps with security. It also now comes with a USB drive that plugs right into there for your Sentry Mode events. Additionally, the steering wheel has been updated with new scroll wheels. More on that later. And finally, we've also seen that Tesla has added auto-dimming mirrors on the side of the car. All these features are great, and they are incremental improvements, but they're not anything major. What we're going to be talking about now is everything that we see coming on the horizon for 2021 for the Tesla Model Y. Now, real quick, before the end of the year, if you're able to take delivery of your Tesla Model Y or Tesla Model 3, Tesla is giving away 1 year of free supercharging. Now, of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so actually using those supercharging miles is going to be limited at first. But if you are on the waiting list or you haven't quite pulled the trigger, you may luck out in this last couple of weeks you have to take delivery of your Tesla Model Y or Tesla Model 3. Call your service advisor if you're ready to take delivery now and take advantage of that free supercharging offer. So we've seen a lot of updates in the Tesla Model 3 as well that have not quite made their way into the Tesla Model Y yet. The center console is probably the most glaring thing that we've seen updated. This new console is made of a different material that, in my opinion, is probably going to hold up a lot better than the existing gloss black finish on the center console. It does remove some of the features like multiple opening slots. However, it does give you a better finish that's not going to scratch quite as easily as what's in there today. This isn't a major update, and you can put protection on your center console with simple covers for pretty inexpensive. But it will be nice to see when this new center console finds its way into the Tesla Model Y. Another thing that we just learned this week is Tesla Model Y will be getting new headlights. We've actually seen the first batch of Tesla Model 3s that ship to Europe have the new headlights installed, and we are now learning these headlights are going to find their way across all the Tesla Model 3 and Model Ys globally. The United States has different standards than many countries, specifically in Europe, where they have much higher standards for their headlights. These headlights are very directional and they emit a very specific pattern. This is an upgrade that's going to be really nice to have in the Tesla Model Y. So we should expect to see these headlights at any time finding their way into the Tesla Model Y, as well as the Tesla Model 3. There are a ton of rumors circulating right now about the rear-wheel drive model Tesla Model Y. The rear-wheel drive was supposed to start at some point in 2020. However, there's been multiple delays, and there's no official confirmation of when the rear-wheel drive Tesla Model Y will be coming. As a reminder, the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive at launch date was announced to be 20 miles further in range and roughly $4,000 cheaper in cost. So if those two things hold out true, when the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive launches, it should have something like 245, 246 miles of range, and it's probably going to be priced right around $45,990. Of course, that's before delivery of $1,200. There was a screenshot shared of a chat with Tesla that did say that the rear-wheel drive model was scheduled to start deliveries in January. This has not been confirmed anywhere else, and I was unsuccessful in generating the same response from Tesla. That said, I think it's likely the rear-wheel drive model could be coming in the first quarter of 2021 or the second quarter. So for those of you in climates that do not require all-wheel drive, having that rear-wheel drive option will give you more range, a slower 0 to 60 and probably less top speed. However, it will save you about $4,000 and potentially give you up to 20 miles more range than the all-wheel drive equivalent. Additionally, one of the biggest disappointments that I've seen so far is that 7-passenger Tesla Model Y. Elon Musk did tweet in a response that the 7-passenger Model Y was coming in December. Production was supposed to start in November, with deliveries first scheduled in December. However, that is not turning out to be the case. I think a lot of this has to do with the push to finish out the year strong. Tesla has a goal of 500,000 units, and in order to achieve that, they need to deliver something like 180,000 vehicles this quarter. And that 180,000 vehicles, that is a substantial jump from the highest number they've ever delivered in a quarter. Because of that, I'm not surprised to see any changes or major updates find their way into any of these models before the end of the year. Now, come January, I think it's very likely we're going to see the 7-seat option show available towards the beginning of the month, and then about a month for production before first deliveries begin. Additionally, one of the other things I was surprised to see not find its way in 2020 was that full self-driving subscription model. At this point, it seems like it's probably going to be the second half of 2021, which is certainly a disappointment because I was hoping to see that come right around the end of this year. That said, it will be coming next year, and it will be a way for you to try it before you buy it at a probably pretty substantial monthly cost. As long as you don't have to commit for more than 1 month at a time, it could be a great way to have full self-driving only when you need it, rather than spending $10,000 and having it assigned to the car forever, whether you own it or not. We will certainly be keeping our eyes out for the subscription model to find its way in 2021. Now, about that steering wheel. Rumors have been off the charts about this new steering wheel. There have been a number of indications that a heated steering wheel is coming to the Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y. Additionally, there's been reports that the new steering wheel does appear to be thicker around the perimeter than the previous model. Does this mean that if you have that updated steering wheel, a software unlock is all that's required to give you a heated steering wheel? I certainly hope so. For those of you who have that new steering wheel, I think that you're in for a big surprise come the end of this year or at the beginning of next year. That said, having a heated steering wheel would be amazing. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to say congratulations to all of you who have that new steering wheel, because I will be super jealous. And then finally, the Tesla Model 3 did have a substantial jump in range. The Tesla Model Y also had a jump in range, however it was limited to 10 miles. The 10-mile increase in range for the Tesla Model Y was because of a software update. The Tesla Model 3, however, had quite a few updates that led to its very significant increase in range. Of course, there was a heat pump added that certainly improved efficiency in the car. There was software-related efficiencies to be gained, but more than that, we learned that the battery density in the battery pack in the Tesla Model 3 was increased to 82 kilowatt hours. This was roughly a 5% increase in overall capacity in the battery pack and helped lead to that pretty substantial increase in range. Now, that said, the battery pack that is used in the Model 3 and in the Model Y are shared. Although the actual cells in that battery pack can be different, it is very unlikely that they are going to have two separate cells for any long period of time. For now, as they're trying to push out as many cars as possible through the end of the year, I suppose there's a case to be made that they could have two different cells installed in two different battery packs. That's not sustainable or efficient in the long run, and I think it's extremely likely that that 82 kilowatt hour battery pack will find its way in the Tesla Model Y come the beginning of 2021. Now, there is a chance that that battery pack could already be in the Tesla Model Y, but there's no way to really tell at this point if that is the case. If that is the case, it'll be a simple software update to unlock that extra 4 kilowatt hours of battery density that you have in your Tesla Model Y. Well, if you add that 5% of capacity to range and increase range by 5%, we would expect to see the Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive to increase from 326 rated miles to probably 342 miles of range. Whatever it ends up being, it should be somewhere between 330 miles of range all the way up to 340 miles of range. That's pretty significant, and if that is the case, That should be great news for those of you who are about to take delivery of your Tesla Model Y. Now, one of the things we learned earlier this year is the deal with Panasonic was extended, and in that agreement, Panasonic is working for a 5% annual improvement in battery density. So although some of you might feel left out right now, just remember next year, there should be another 5% in density improvement in the battery pack. And since that improvement in battery density was translated into a larger battery pack, it seems to make sense that we will see that 5% also find its way into next year's battery pack. This is supposed to go on for a few years until Panasonic has improved battery density by a total of 20% over the next several years. It'll be interesting to see what the long-range rear-wheel drive model ends up getting for range. I'm betting it's probably going to be north of 350 miles of range, which is an awesome number to achieve. So there you have it. That's everything that's coming to the Tesla Model Y in 2021. There's so much to look forward to in this car as we round out into a new year with the Tesla Model Y. So what are your thoughts? What things are missing here? What things do you think Tesla should be working on to include in the Tesla Model Y? If you're sitting on the sidelines, maybe this is now the right time to go ahead and submit that order as we turn the corner into 2021. All these new updates are going to lend themselves to a very nice Tesla Model Y for the future. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, be sure to give it the thumbs up. That always helps. If you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel as we continue to post content regularly. As always, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you next time.